What's up, everyone? Cisco Toro here, your local realtor. I want to hop on real quick and just drop a little message for all of my buyers out there. Now, whether you're a first-time home buyer, you're renting and you want to buy, or if you are looking to sell your home and then buy, keep the faith. Your time is coming. We're starting to see a slight shift in the market. It's not in all areas, but we are starting to see it in some areas where houses are starting to sit on the market a little bit longer. Some houses that were overpriced or aggressively priced are starting to drop. People are starting to negotiate and make deals to reduce the price of those. More houses are going under contract for under list price. And, instead of having 20 or 30 offers on every house, now we're seeing that number drop to 5 to 10. And that's experience on both sides with my listings and with my buyers. So, interest rates are still really good. You still want to keep that faith. If you get a pre-approval, depending on your lender, pre-approval can be good for 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, So if you're ready, or if you've been thinking about it, contemplating it, now is the time to get prepared. So now is the time to, get with your lender to get that pre-approval. Now is time to get all your documents in order, all your bank statements, get your employment history, make sure that everything, you have all the information that you need to get pre-approved. Work on your credit. Maybe it's not now, but maybe it's 3 to 6 months down the road, and you need to build up your credit in order to do that. Just know that your time is coming. So now is the time to become prepared. So get with your lenders, get with, your creditors, pay down those credit cards, do the things that you can do to put you in a better position to purchase a home. That's especially for the first-time home buyers or someone that's renting or buying. It also goes for both sides. If you're looking to sell your home and then buy, you don't want to get put in the position to where you put your house on the market to sell, but then you can't get pre-approved for another mortgage. Whether it be because your income to debt ratio is a lot higher than it was when you purchased your previous home, whether it's your credit card balances are super high. There's a lot of factors that go into getting you a pre-approval for a new mortgage. Maybe you switched jobs and you've only been there for a couple of weeks and it's not salary. There's a ton of different factors that come into play. But you want to be prepared for when you make that decision. You want to be educated in the process of selling your home and buying at the same time in this market. We've done it many times. We've had great success with it. But you want to make sure that you're educated and that you're prepared, because the last thing you want to do is, put your house on the market because you want to get top dollar in this market, but then not be in a position to purchase another home. So you want to make sure that you have all your stuff in order, get with a lender, get pre-approved, get focused, on the goal and on the task at hand in order to have that successful dual transaction. If you're a first-time home buyer, or if you're renting right now and you're looking to buy, and let's say your lease is up in 3 months, you want to focus on getting those things in order. Okay, our lease is up in 3 months. We should probably be looking in a month to a month and a half. Let's make sure that we have all of our documentation in order. Let's get our, copies of our taxes, pay stubs, any information that I may need, get a checklist, make sure that you have all those documents so that you're ready. A pre-approval is key in this market. If you go to see a house and you love it and you're not even pre-approved, you will lose it. That's just how the market is right now. So you want to make sure that you're prepared to put an offer in on a home if something comes up. So you don't want to do that. A lot of, also in this market, I'm not going to say nobody, but the majority of agents are not going to even take a second look at an offer if there's not a pre-approval attached. And you want to get a solid pre-approval. You want to make sure that your credit's been ran. You want to make sure that your income's been somewhat verified, your employment's been verified. You don't want to get a basic pre-qual that's based on phone information and then not be prepared. When you go submit the actual documentation, they say, oh, actually, you don't qualify. I've seen that happen before too. So you want to make sure that you're prepared with a qualified, a vetted lender, somebody that's going to verify your information. You want to make sure that you have all your documentation in order. You want to, get an expectation of what your closing costs and down payment are going to be. You want to make sure that you have these numbers that you want to have, I should say, your agent should set a realistic expectation. But these are things that I go through with all my buyers. I want to make sure that they know where their credit's at. I want to know that they make sure they know where their debt to income ratio is at. I want to know, how long they've been at their employer. They want to make sure that they've been there long enough have an offer letter if they're moving, something that's going to verify that the lender is going to show is true verification of employment and income. These are the things that some people don't go over. And then you go through that and you're like, oh, I don't have 15 or 20 grand for down payment and closing costs. These are expectations that should be set very, very early in the process, so that you know. Another huge reason to get pre-approved, especially in this market, is so you know what you can afford. The interest rates are different. The debt to income ratio may have changed. You don't know what you can afford as far as how much you can afford on a monthly basis or your total amount that you could be pre-approved for. These are things that we can find out for you, or connect you with one of our lenders to help you find out these details, to make sure that you're prepared when you're going to buy. So just keep these things in mind. Have a good checklist. Use this video as a checklist to kind of go through things that you need. Being pre-approved is that important. There's nothing, and I always stress this point so much with any of my buyers. I'll show you one house without being pre-approved. That's it. We're not going to go see a bunch of houses if you're not pre-approved, because in this market, houses are flying off the market within days. It's starting to get better. Yes. But there's nothing worse than finding a house and then you don't know where any of your documents are, and it takes you a week to get them. And at the end of that week, the house goes under contract. Where if you had your pre-approval, you may have gotten that house. So it's very, very, very important. So again, shout out to all my buyers. Just be prepared. Your time is coming. We're going to start to see more of a shift, I'm sure, in the next 3 to 6 months. It's what the market is kind of showing right now. As the world opens back up, people are becoming more comfortable with people being in their houses or being out in public. So we're starting to see, more houses come on the market on a daily basis. So just be prepared. If you have any questions, reach out to me. You can call me. You can text me, 813-352-7280. And I'll answer any question that you have, no obligation. And if you want me to connect you with a lender, I can connect you with, amazing lenders to get you pre-approved. And if you need anything else, you guys know where to find me. All right, I'm out, guys.